Well, the role of the CEDAW committee is very clear according to our mandate, according to the convention. Our role is to make sure that the state parties are implementing fully our convention. This means a lot. So we are looking to the report, the initial report, the periodic report. We are discussing issues with them. With this interaction, it's helping a lot for the full implementation of the convention and also the enjoyment, the full enjoyment of women of their rights. The main actors are as follows. The states/governments, of course, for the implementation and the political will of the convention. Through the political will, they are implementing the convention, and the civil society, NGOs, parliament, and etc. But the human rights institutions, they have a very important role there because they have this possibility of acting as civil society, semi-official. They are not considered as non-governmental organization or entities, so government can trust them, between us, entre guillemets, more. So it's giving them the possibility of more flexibility in the relation with the governments. And we need this intermediate institution between NGOs and governments and, of course, the UN entities. So they can play a very important role, and I'm very supportive of their role. Before the preparation of a national report, periodic report, they have to be there to advise governments. This is according to their mandate. Advise them, okay, you have to expedite the exercise, you are late, there is a late reporting, so go ahead, prepare your report according to guidelines. If you don't have people trained and knowledgeable about how to draft a report, National Human Rights Institution can help them, providing them with information. They need to have database to help governments, and also in training the people working on drafting the periodic report. They have also to remind countries that, as was mentioned by the Prime Minister of Jordan about the previous observation of CEDAW, because any new report has to be based on the old one, and has to be based, and the starting points has to be our previous observation. Otherwise it will be meaningless. There won't be any sort of continuity, there won't be a dialogue. So they are working on that. They are working on awareness raising also in the society. The other thing also is important for them to come and address CEDAW, tell us, of course, from their perspective, what are the issues to be raised and what are the achievements. They can tell us about the achievement and what are the pending issues. And as I told you, after the discussion, they have to go to address parliaments and government about what are the recommendations of CEDAW. So it's a very important, multifaceted activities, and they have a lot to do. They can base their work on our concluding observation, and also they can make comparative studies, comparing the situation and the reports to CEDAW of the countries coming from the same region. For instance, Arab countries can make the comparison between what the reports of similar countries or countries from the region to CEDAW, and to see this country has withdrawn reservations, this country has done so and so and so from our region. So they can also compare notes, and this kind of comparative studies is extremely important. It can be done in African countries, among the African countries, to see what are the achievements done through the reports of countries, and it is extremely helpful. And I want the National Human Rights Institution from Asian countries belonging to OIC, Organization of Islamic Cooperation, to exchange notes, so to try to see what is the best practice to help Muslim women in their countries. This is extremely important. Look to some of the Muslim countries like Indonesia. Indonesia had withdrawn all reservation. So it is extremely important for countries, for instance, for the Gulf countries, to see what's happening in a country. The largest population in the Muslim world is in Indonesia. So it is extremely important to compare notes with the same region. It will help a lot women, Muslim women especially, in the Asian continent.